and the fall of 2017, Alira was excited to move into her new apartment. It wasn't easy finding a place near her campus, and she was relieved when she found a spacious two-bedroom apartment for a surprisingly low rent. Her roommate, Sonia, was quiet, polite, and seemed harmless during their initial meeting. Sonia claimed to be a nursing student, which reassured Alira someone in the medical field had to be responsible, right? For the first few weeks, everything was normal. Sonia was introverted and often stayed in her room, studying or listening to music through her headphones. They exchanged polite greetings and occasionally shared small talk in the kitchen. Alira didn't mind the lack of interaction. She valued her personal space, too. It started with little things. Alira would wake up to find the front door unlocked, even though she remembered locking it before bed. She'd hear faint footsteps in the hallway late at night, even when Sonia was supposed to be asleep. When she asked Sonia about it, she laughed nervously and blamed insomnia. One evening, Alira returned home to find Sonia sitting in the living room, staring blankly at the wall. "Are you okay?" Alira asked, concerned. Sonia snapped out of her trance, muttered something about being tired, and retreated to her room. Alira began noticing Sonia's odd habits. She never brought friends over, rarely ate in the kitchen, and kept her bedroom door locked at all times. One night while Sonia was out, Alira heard a strange noise coming from her room, a faint scratching, almost like nails on wood. It stopped when Alira approached the door, and she dismissed it as her imagination. The final straw came on a cold November night. Alira was studying late when she heard a loud crash in the bathroom. Rushing in, she found the mirror shattered and Sonia standing in front of it, clutching a shard of glass. Her hands were trembling, and her eyes were wide with terror. "What happened?" Alira gasped. Sonia looked at her, her face pale. "They're coming," she whispered. "They always come when it's dark." Alira felt a chill run down her spine. "Who's coming?" she asked, but Sonia didn't answer. Instead, she locked herself in her room and didn't come out for hours. Determined to figure out what was going on, Alira decided to investigate. When Sonia left for class the next day, Alira picked the lock on her bedroom door. Inside, she found walls covered in handwritten notes, newspaper clippings, and photos of strangers. The notes were frantic, filled with cryptic phrases like "they watch me" and "the shadows know." A large map of the city was pinned to the wall, with red circles marking various locations. On the desk was a folder containing medical records. To Alira's horror, the records revealed that Sonia wasn't a nursing student at all. She was a patient at a psychiatric hospital who had been reported missing 2 months earlier. That night, Alira packed her bags, planning to leave first thing in the morning. But at 3 a.m., she woke up to find Sonia standing at the foot of her bed, holding a kitchen knife. "You shouldn't have gone into my room," Sonia said, her voice eerily calm. Alira tried to reason with her, but Sonia lunged. In a panic, Alira grabbed a lamp and swung it, knocking Sonia unconscious. She ran out of the apartment and called the police. When the police arrived, they discovered that Sonia had been living under a false identity. She had escaped from a high-security psychiatric facility after being institutionalized for a series of violent incidents. The map in her room showed locations of her previous victims, and Alira realized she had narrowly avoided becoming the next. To this day, Alira refuses to live with roommates, and the memory of that night still haunts her. She wonders how many people like Sonia are out there, hiding behind friendly smiles and quiet demeanors, waiting for their next opportunity. As a child, Emma had always been afraid of mirrors, convinced they were portals to another world. However, as she grew older, she brushed off her childhood fears and lived a relatively normal life. That was, until one fateful night in her 20s. Emma had just returned home after a late shift at work. Tired and eager to rest, she quickly took a shower and prepared for bed. As she passed the bathroom mirror, she noticed something strange. Her reflection didn't move when she did. At first, she thought it was a trick of the light, but when she looked closer, her reflection's eyes were fixed on her, unnaturally still, as if waiting for something. As she stared, the reflection slowly smiled, an eerie, unsettling grin that was not her own. Emma turned away quickly, convinced that her exhaustion was playing tricks on her. But as she lay in bed, the feeling of being watched returned, and the image of those unblinking eyes stayed with her. That night, Emma experienced the worst night terror of her life. She awoke in the middle of the night, paralyzed, unable to move. The eyes from the mirror were there, hovering above her bed. They seemed to leer at her, growing larger and more intense with every passing second. She could feel the pressure of the eyes on her, as if they were pulling her into the mirror. When Emma finally regained control of her body, she rushed to the bathroom to confront the mirror. But when she looked into it, the reflection was her own once again, as if nothing had happened. However, the memory of the eyes and the terror they instilled in her would haunt her for years to come. Residents of Oakville woke to find a gelatinous substance falling from the sky instead of rain. Dozens of people who came into contact with the blobs reported flu-like symptoms, and local animals fell ill or died. Laboratory tests revealed the substance contained human white blood cells, but no explanation for its origin was ever provided. Theories ranged from military experiments to waste dumped from a passing airplane. In 2018, a retired Air Force pilot claimed the blobs were part of a biological test gone wrong. He described an operation designed to disperse a harmless agent for weather modification. However, the test was allegedly compromised by unexpected winds, spreading an experimental pathogen. The government has never confirmed his account, leaving the town's eerie reign a chilling, unsolved mystery.